And welcome back to Let's Play Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. I know what I've received reports of a great secret in the floating town of Glitzville. That's right, the Cheap Blimp. Cheap Blimp. Then, come now. You there, 2 tickets. Yeah, this is gonna end well. Good gravy! Bowser's an evil king and its little hack. Life's too short! Bolts, run for the hills! What did he just say? Hey, come back here, you impudent little cheapskate. I like how it's spelled cheap as in cheap. Little pun. I'm talking to myself. Where'd Lord Bowser go? Well, if you might remember, Bowser has his own ride. He don't need no blimp. Well, maybe he does. Forget that wimpy blimpy. I'll be riding this baby. That does not sound like something Bowser would say. I snuck into Glitzville once before, so I know the way. No problemo. You go easy on your old limbs and take the slow ride on the blimp, Grandma. Bye. Okay. Wait, Lord Bowser, please. Aw, not my special dirigible deluxe brown bag. Cammy lunch will go to waste. That is oddly specific sounding. Okay, so flying overhead. And there's one slight problem now. That don't sound good. What's that warning light? Oh, don't tell me. Yeah, this is why there's a joke about basically having warning lights for your warning lights, because sometimes warning lights on vehicles don't actually mean anything. I don't know what that yellow thing on top of the screen is. Probably the sun. Probably. We have infinite lives. I forgot to point out that, and our coins carry over from the last Bowser section. Just saying. So this is an underwater level, which is kind of nice. I don't think it's based on any particular underwater level. It's just sort of a generic one, sort of like 1-1. Music's good though. And also, when you're Giant Bowser, this is completely broken. I feel like Giant Bowser was never meant to be in this type of space, so it's a little bit, the mechanics kind of wig out a little bit. And actually, I want to take another hit, which may sound weird, but I have my reasons, because I actually want to show what happens. There's also a pipe to the right, but you can't actually use it because Bowser's too big to go into a pipe. You can also use fire, but let's actually do the tradition, like finish it how we're supposed to finish it. Going into the castle and whatnot. Back on dry land. These little interludes are really cool, and they're apparently so good that they're on the box. They're like literally on the back cover. Wow, back on Rogueport. That was terrible, I got in shape. So you should play Pokemon Go. That's what the latest exercise craze. I wish I was being sarcastic, but I'm not being sarcastic right now. It literally is the newest exercise craze. At least at the time of recording. Maybe by September 6th, it's September 5th, it'll have completely died down. But for now, it's a big deal. What are you doing here? I've been looking all over. If you may ask, where have you been? Swimming. Neat. As for me, I've had conversations like this where they're like, oh wow, that's really rough. Oh, by the way, I did all this cool stuff. Bowser ain't having any of it. R.I.P. Lord Bowser, that's a no. It was terrible, you hear me? I swallowed the dang blooper. I want to have fun. Forget it, it's over. Go get me some solid info on the Princess Peach and the Crystal now. Maybe if you didn't toast her, so she's all smoky, maybe she would be able to get info faster? Question mark? So actually, we're gonna do something really weird this chapter. And we're gonna do the troubles out of order. Can't believe it was a fake Mario all the time, so we were all fooled. Maybe a little. You're a bigger man than I, Mario. Such fortitude, you're a true hero. You brought a shining ray of light to our dim little town. Twilight Town thanks you. Hey Mario, we need to get back to Rogueport, right? Let's go. That's the same voice I give Goombella. I don't have a great vocal range, so I guess we'll just have to accept it. Also, that is one of the other rare instances of a partner being fixed to a scene, because Vivian's the only partner that can actually be present for the Chapter 4 finale. That being an email from Princess Peach. My dearest Mario, I have finally learned what the legendary treasure is. It is the spirit of a demon. The Exiles plan to revive this 1,000-year-old monster and use its power to take over the world, reflecting the crystal stars so they can open the 1,000-year door. They'll find this demon spirit, but the only thing that can keep it locked away is the crystal stars themselves. Deep breath. Okay, that's not good. That's really not good. Okay. So, without further ado, we are going to, do all of the lead up to Chapter 5 first, like usual, because it's really, really long. It's like really long. Again, I'm not exaggerating. It is the longest chapter lead up, literally, in the entire game. I would say even longer than Chapter 3, which is saying a lot, actually. Mostly because Chapter 6. Chapter 6 is technically longer in terms of word count, I think. Also, before we actually use the pedestal, though, because we don't actually get many opportunities to go this way anymore, because we usually are on West Rogueport, let's actually break this block. This creates a shortcut for us and also reveals the star piece. You can get the star piece, but you have to get it blind, so it's just easier to destroy the block. And also on this floor, there's a pipe that we've never actually gotten a chance to use. Not pipe, door that we've never actually gotten a chance to use because spikes. Even touching them from the sides will hurt you. So the key is to do this. There's a puzzle in Chapter 5 where you can either use tube mode or use Vivian. I think I usually use tube mode because it's faster. But this one, ow. You don't really get a choice in the matter. We get this, ironically, we get the spike shield. That's actually kind of hilarious. Sadly, the spike shield is actually completely useless to us right now because we don't actually deal with spiked enemies until Chapter 7? No, Chapter 6. No, wait. No, I'm remembering wrong. There are actually a couple spiked enemies in Chapter 5, but the majority of them are fire elemental or neutral. So, sadly, it's actually not used for a very, very long time. I might equip it in Chapter 5 at the beginning, but I probably won't because I will forget and accidentally leave it on for the final boss of the chapter, which is not good. It's kind of useless. So, yeah. Anyway, let's just move on with this chapter. Location of crystal stars was recorded on your magical map. Number 5, the Sapphire Star. Better hurry, don't you think? We should go up to the professor's office. We have to let him know about the princess's email. Also, plot hole, why doesn't Vivian just tell Mario Princess Peach's location? Because Vivian knows. She's been to the X-Naut base. To me, that's a giant plot hole. It's like it's totally slipped her mind. That was written in Princess Peach's email. The legendary treasure is actually the spirit of an ancient demon. That's not good. Sadly, it does seem to be consistent with what I've uncovered. What have you found out, Professor? How does she exactly know him, to be honest? Are all of you ready? And you there in front of the TV, you listen up too. You in front of your monitor. Computer monitor, or your iPad, or whatever you're using to watch this. Android, I don't know. Samsung Galaxy. This is not sponsored by anyone, by the way. Full disclosure. Great cataclysm that I read about in the book may well refer to this demon. It says a monster destroyed a large town that once stood on this very area. It also says that the 7 crystal stars were actually created by this monster, and that this thing used the power of the crystal stars to try to control the world. According to this book, the demon was defeated in the end by 4 heroes, but only the beast's physical form was destroyed. Its spirit cannot be eradicated. So it was sealed away, basically, behind the Thousand Door. That's not good. So they're all united. They could either seal away or resurrect the demon. Seems that who wields the crystal stars determines if they're used for evil or good. That sucks. Guess we gotta consider not collecting the crystal stars then. It would be awful if we found them all only to have them stolen for evil purposes. Yeah. She does make a good point. That was my first thought, but... That was my first thought too, but further research suggests we can't do that. There's a slight possibility the Thousand Year Door is weakening, so the door's gonna open anyway. So that's not good. This is like Super Mario Galaxy, where it's like, oh, conveniently it's like the 1000th year. Twice, by the way, because Super Mario Galaxy 2 exists. So that was a quick 1000-year turnaround. According to the map, it appears to be somewhere on Kill Hall Key. Kill Hall Key? I'm not too familiar with the place, but I've heard countless unsavory rumors. You know, the usual stuff. Vengeful spirits full of hatred, evil curses, things like that. I'm sure the sea salt's down by the harbor no more. You should head there first. Actually, we're not gonna head there first, because I haven't been checking the emails, because they're mostly useless unless they're like Princess Peach's. But let's just go ahead. Also, we have a cookbook. That'll probably come in handy. Koopy Koo, this is actually an important one. Coop smell, that's interesting. And then Koopley smells like cooktail stomach, that's odd. Wow, Koopy Koo rambles a lot. She's sort of supposed to be the sort of one in your relationship, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, white email is important. These are all Jolene's and Grubba's. Anyway, let's go to the inn. Also, you know you're in the right place because Luigi's here. Sure, let's talk to Luigi. Headed to Circuit Break Island and got me a marvelous compass piece. You wouldn't believe it, bro. Talk about thrills, chills, and spills. Sure. Oh, I never actually technically cleared that one because that was on a failed recording. Like I said, it's a really long story, but here goes. Just as our boat arrived at Circuit Break Island, we heard this incredible racket. We soon found out that they hold kart races almost every day on the island. Whoever takes first place in the race gets to rule the island as king for that day. Just as we got to the racetrack, they were holding the awards ceremony. Couldn't believe my eyes. There, on the trophy they give to the winner. This sounds vaguely familiar. I said right then and there that the only thing to do was enter the next race. And I've driven kart in kart races before, so I thought it'd be okay. Boy, was I wrong. Karts were supercharged machines that could send you airborne with their exhaust. So it's basically twisted metal. I want to get right out of there pronto. These drivers are crazed. But I worked up my courage and signed up anyway, and my race day finally came. Big green number 1. Took my position on the starting line. The light went green, I stomped in the accelerator and something bad happened. I was in reverse. Whoops. Pressing the wall. Behind me hurrying up to cut me off mid-scream. In one fell swoop I dropped into last place and wrecked my racing machine. It was not bad news because all the other carts crashed. Once I got in gear and took off, I was the only car left. I went my country mile, bro. Took the piece off in my trophy and added it to the marvelous compass. The compass came to life and pointed me toward Chazafras town in the east. All my princess random words would form poetry spoken by your voice. Blah 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 blah. I don't know what this voice is becoming anymore. Yeah, I'm Torque, and don't for a second think this dude is telling the whole story. The only reason I lent him my rig was because he got down on his knees and begged. And what happens? He's in it for 1 second before he totals it. Idiot. I'm not letting this dip out of my sight until he pays me the 5,000 coin repair cost. Way to go, bro. Let's see. Sometimes I think wow, we know who wrote that. That depressed dude. Okay, so one interesting thing now is you can actually buy his books in I mean, you can buy historian novel form, which is actually a little bit problematic because there are serious continuity gaps between what he tells us and what he told his editor, apparently. So he didn't tell us the full story, and he's not telling his author the full story either. Let's talk to Flavio. It doesn't matter. Thrills. Thrills, you say? Ah, I suppose one does need thrills every now and then. There's nothing like the feeling of being alone on the mountain shivering to death. Ah, no, foolish Flavio, not chills, you silly man. What I need are thrills. Hold the horses, that's it. So Flavio is basically the Colorado of this chapter, except the universe doesn't crap on him as much. So yeah, he wants Cortez's treasure, which conveniently is on Guildhall Keep. That's rather convenient. But yeah, Flavio doesn't get, like, speared, burnt, crushed. So yeah, he's like a less abused Colorado, basically. Trader extraordinaire, millionaire, sailor of the 7 seas. There's actually a glitch where you can have Flavio in your party full time. It's really weird. Chapter 5 is actually where the big glitch of the run starts. If you get a certain partner, you can actually do a glitch and basically skip chapter 5. And actually keep Flavio in tow, which creates a lot of lag, but it's overall faster than completing chapter 5. They did it at AGDQ 2015, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure on that. It was either 2014 or 2015. I know it's an AGDQ, not an SGDQ. Crystal Star is yours, but the rest of the treasure is mine. You have no ship? Haha, you unfortunate foolish man. Do you not know who I am? I will have a ship ready in no time, and it'll be massive and glorious. He's just a little bit full of it. Yeah, just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, the Super Luigi books, back on topic. Yeah, really terrible. As told to by, but yeah, they're all over the place in terms of what he tells us and what's in the book and what the partners say. And just Bulber still probably reeling from the spiciness. Yeah, that replaces the mailbox in the original game where you get mail. This is the SS Flavio, which is really gaudy if you ask me. And there's Lord Crump, who is in the skies, and yet no one, and I mean it, no one realizes who he is. And it's kind of the running gag of this part of the game. But, we're kind of running short on time. Also, Lumpy is gone, so we can't give him more coins. He'll come back, I think, by the beginning of the next chapter. But in any case, we will end off here, so thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Paper Mario: The 1000-Year Door.